I'm somewhat of a Minecraft veteran myself. I'm from the days where everyone looked like this. Even I looked like this at one point. I'm from a time where begging your parents to buy you a rank on a pay-to-win server wasn't even mainstream yet. I remember watching all the Let's Plays I could as a kid. I remember learning how to mod the game before I beat it legitimately. I got into multiplayer, and I've probably learnt more about internet etiquette from those servers than anywhere else. I also had friends who would come over, and we would open to LAN and play to whoever was hosting the server's computer crashed. Anyway, by Minecraft veteran, I mean that I've played this game since I got it back in late 2011, and for some reason, I think that qualifies me as a veteran, despite being among the percentage of people who had the game for a long time and never finished it. So as time went on, I got older, and the glory days of Minecraft eventually passed me by, without me noticing. Sure, every year I went through intervals where I got really into the game, and then I quit for a couple weeks or months, and this cycle would repeat for every year or so. But then 2019 hit, which was the year of Minecraft's 10th anniversary. Philza, PewDiePie, SMP Live, Minecraft Mondays, Hypixel. All of a sudden, Minecraft content blew up in my recommendations. And thus, the Minecraft Renaissance began. And there I was, 10 years after Minecraft came out, and around 8 years after the first time I played the game, with no proof that I had actually finished the game. I'll be honest, the guilt was there, and while it wasn't severe, I figured I'd give it a shot to complete my so-called favorite game of all time. Now keep in mind, I had passed so many Minecraft versions by at this point that I had no idea where I'd start with the survival playthrough. I know myself as someone who gets bored of progression very easily, leading me to do a little cheating here and there. However, I sort of wanted to push myself to playing it legitimately, since I had recently completed a Terraria Expert Mode playthrough, which for the time was just pain and suffering and staring at the death screen most of the time. So, a 1.14.4 hard difficulty world was generated, and I got to gaming. I did end up beating the game, however, I should mention that I completed the playthrough during the first half of 2020, which is when we were all in quarantine, giving me all the time in the world. Without further ado, roll the tour! Okay. I have a turtle helmet. Is this animal cruelty? Okay. So let's do the world tour. This is the bed. Very important to have those. We have music discs. A bunch of stuff. Put them around the La Casa. So where do I start off this world tour? I don't know. I started off by building this house, I guess. And then I was like, man, I really need food, so let's make some food. And then I made some food. Now, there's actually multiple layers to this if you couldn't already see. Maybe you should open your eyes if you can't see it. So the one difference that I've noticed with between this farm and this farm is that this farm actually makes no sound at all. Meanwhile, this farm is just full of sound. I don't know why. These are the two villagers that I cured and cured over and over. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this guy's called Guy Reborn because I'm pretty sure I killed one of the guys before. That's okay, I have a really good lawyer. He has the really good trade. Where you can get, infinite emeralds, and so does this guy. That guy. This guy's mending. But anyway, Among Us. So as you'll notice, this world, every beacon I have is made of emerald, because I started this world in, March of 2020, and that was, when quarantine was, at its peak. Or, not at its peak, but, at the beginning. The school sent us home. I was in my last year of high school, and I was like, okay, what can I do with my time? And I decided to watch Twitch and trade emeralds. And then that's what I did. So basically, my rule with this world was I would beat the Ender Dragon, and then after I beat the Ender Dragon, I would enable cheats, because I like cheating. I mean, do I look like someone who doesn't like cheating? I did make a couple AFK farms that would just run in the background. So as you see, the gold farm, it's really powerful. The iron farm, pretty good as well. These are the main two farms that basically my entire world focuses on. I don't know why there's so many iron doors there. This gold farm is pretty effective, I guess. And you could turn on manual killing mode. There's a dispenser in here that puts water down so you can kill them manually. Oh, I forgot how hard rockets or elytras were to use in this version. Anyway. Yeah. So, the pigmen like to come through here Man, this is a really noisy farm. They come through here, try to attack this thing. They can't. And, yeah. So what's the next feature? Oh yeah, so basically the world spawn was... It put me, like, right here. Somewhere around here. And it was, like, next to a village. Which, was good. It would have been good for a speedrunner, but I'm not a speedrunner. So one of my big projects with this world was... Well, the first one was this thing, which is the creeper farm. Which I have no idea why I decided to make something like this, because it's super ineffective, but hey, it worked. So I guess it was effective. And eventually after making the creeper farm, I wanted something better. So obviously I made the gold farm, then the iron farm. And then, once I beat the game, I decided to enable cheats, right? And I decided to make the spruce forest, which is... Still remains one of my favorite creations till today. My axe is named Team Tree. Oh my god, this world really is old. Yeah, so this is an end portal that I placed here, like, illegitimately. I went in creative mode and did this. Just to have something cool in the world, honestly. I just decided to follow that rule. I beat the game, and I get to do whatever I want. And so I did. I think this forest has a really nice atmosphere, honestly. It's one of my favorite things. And if we go on over here, we can go over to the last project that I wanted to tackle, but I never really did. I called it, Project Anarchy. Basically... Yeah. So, you might be wondering what this is. I still wonder what this is till today. I don't know why I decided to blow up an entire cavern. Keep in mind, I did this all in creative. Just roll the clip. I had some mistakes where I just flew through the roof. Because there's just TNT spawning on me. I don't know why I did this. I didn't even know what I was going to use it for. I was like into 2B2T, so I was like, oh, let's make something that looks like 2B2T, but I just blew a hole in the ground. And I never ended up using it for anything. I mean, I used it for a wither fight, but that's it. And, yeah. So that's where the earth splits in two. And that was the last project I tackled. I guess before I go, I should touch on one thing that really helped me out in this world, which was AFK fishing farm. Now, AFK fishing is so overpowered in earlier versions of, like, you know, before the Nether update and stuff like that. I basically used it to get all of my enchantments, like, or in all of my levels. I would just sit here and just farm levels, and it was insanely overpowered. And yeah, that's it, I guess. So we can cut back to the other guy. All right, now that that's done, let me tell you the story of my 1.16 world. So 2020 passes, and I get done with the 1.14 world after seemingly maxing it out, and I move away from Minecraft for a bit, feeling accomplished that I finally had proof of beating the game. But what if I did it again? What if it was even funnier the second time? I had to know. So October of 2020 arrives, which we all know is the longest month of any year, and I loaded up a 1.16 hard difficulty world, and I was surprised with what I found. Welcome to Google. Would you like to have your data collected? So, this is the 1.16 world. There's a lot to explain here, a lot going on here. This world means a lot to me because it was the world I have completed the fastest. I'm pretty sure when I loaded up this world initially to play the Nether update, I beat it in 2 days, which for me is a personal record because I don't do things fast ever. I'm like the slowest person. But when I first spawned in, I think I spawned in, well, it was around here, in like this azalea biome, I think. Azalea biome? Savannah. So I spawned in over here, right? And I was like, okay, this is nice. This is a little lovely biome. And then I turned around, and there was a mushroom biome. And I immediately knew that I had used up all my luck for the remaining year. The first thing I did was build a house, as all things go. And then I found some sugarcane, so I planted some sugarcane, made some farms, the usual stuff. I knew how to start up a Minecraft survival... Really? I never sleep in this world. I never sleep in real life. So, first house, over here. It wasn't this cluttered, but as I started collecting more and more items, we'll get to why I have so much gold in a second. And iron, and all this prismarine stuff. This house was, like, barren. There's nothing in it. This is the first tree, like the first big tree I had here. I still kept it. I put like glass over it to protect it from like thunderstorms if I ever was AFK and like a thunderstorm happened. I put the cats up in it. Pretty cool. The next farms I made were these animal farms, and then I made the crop farms. And then once I beat the game, I planted a chorus fruit, and then I just kept chopping it down and replanting it. Or I kept like cutting off the heads and like replanting them every time, and then it just got that big. We'll get to all of this after I get to this, which is the turtle farm. The turtle farm is something really important because I swore to never need turtles ever again. I found like 2 eggs, and then yeah. Now I have what you would call an infestation. The next farm I did was this, which I call Hotel California, because these guys can never leave. And, well, neither can they. So this is the farm that I have, which is shaped like, I don't know, a pizza. Where basically I have all the villagers that I would ever need for a survival playthrough. I have some clerics, I have Fletchers, I need to re-roll their trades. I have like armorsmiths, weaponsmiths, blacksmiths, and all this. I have like an entire row of farmers who give me emeralds for like 1 crop. I have every enchantment that you could ever want, like unbreaking, mending, respiration. It goes all the way down. Like I don't need anything anymore from anything. If that makes sense. And so across the pond, we have the creeper farm, which is actually really good. This is like the most advanced creeper farm I've ever built. It also has a built-in disc farm, which just has the skeleton shoot the creepers that see you. And you get a bunch of discs. And if we go a little bit further, we have the guardian farm, which, aptly named. All you have to do is exist, and you just get items, which is really nice. Yeah, I have this sorting system set up for it. So the next farm I decided to make was the iron farm. And this proved to be very important because I eventually made a better one, which you can see through the chorus fruit. If you wonder why I have so many farms in this world, it's because that's passive income. And that's real Sigma stuff. And I guess before I go to the nether, I should show off Spawn Castle. So I decided to give it the Google Chrome door because I just thought it was funny. And it makes for a really funny bit that no one laughs at. Anyway, this is Spawn Castle. Looks pretty cool. I like jungle trees a lot, so I decided to use them. Then there's the Omega portal. If you look up, if you go up here, looks kind of like an Omega symbol. I don't know. Anyway, that's supposed to go down into the cave system where I'm gonna build like a secret base under it. Let's go into the nether, shall we? So, this is the nether hub. Basically, my first nether portal was down there, and I was like, that's unsafe because the piglins kept breaking the doors every time I accidentally punched one of them or shot one of them. And it was really annoying. But basically, this nether hub connects me to the nether roof, which you have an elevator to go through it. Anyway, let's go to the next farm I made, which was the gold farm, I think. Yeah. So this is Shulkercraft's gold farm with a platform above it. If you want, you can throw a snowball down at these guys or the guy in the cart, and they get mad and he angers every one of them, and they drop XP and it becomes an XP farm. Then we have the end, which is through this portal. So, if I can remember where it is. So down here, this is the end portal. But now we have the end, where I made the Enderman farm, because there's like nothing else to do here aside from collect shulkers and farm Enderman. And maybe Elytra. But yeah, this is where you heal your items. I don't really use this anymore or anything because I have the gold farm. So after I beat the game, I decided to get more stacked on like other various types of materials. First was bone meal. So I was like, how am I gonna get a bunch of bone meal? And the solution was a giant kelp farm. And yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I get like all my fuel from this. Can you guys can turn down the heat in there, you know? There's a lever at the back. Ah, I'm gonna get sued. Let's talk about the rare mobs that I collected. So first is the diamond skeleton, who's not full enchanted, which sucks, but it's okay. And then we have the Halloween mobs. So the jack-o'-lantern mobs. And then I tamed a couple pillagers. Then I made a honey farm. Which, yeah, does exactly what you would think it does. And then I made a more humane honey farm. Because, yeah. And then, down here, in Spawn Castle, I don't even know why I have these doors, because I just fly over them anyway. And also, I should show this one off. That one's Google Chrome. This one is Microsoft Edge. Anyway, we head down here. Ow. Ow. We have what's soon to be the garage from the Dark Knight. Which I already showed off in another video where I built it in creative, and so I'm just going to copy that design and do it here. But now we have the most recent farm, or a couple of farms, which is the slime farm. Which, as the name implies, produces a ton of slime. The next one I built was this thing, which is this is the cave spider spawner. Any minute now. And yeah, it's pretty good. So basically that's it. I hope you enjoyed this world tour. It was kind of scuffed. It's always scuffed. There's never a time where it's not scuffed. But yeah, I guess I increased the property value of the castle by installing elevators. Does the castle need elevators? Probably not, but I have them anyway. In any case, so that's the world tour wrapped up, and let's just cut back to the other guy. Okay, is that it? Thanks for watching.